The Humane Society of Sedona is located on Shelby Drive in Sedona. Open daily from 10 to 4, they offer adoptable dogs, cats, and rabbits too. This Humane Society will host up to 1,000 animals a year. Volunteers are always needed in local rescues and animal shelters. Ask to speak with the volunteer coordinator. Visit the Humane Society of Sedona online or in person for more information about adopting a new pet.
This is Jackson. He is an 18-month-old Heeler. So that really makes him just really a puppy, but he is full grown. He's not going to grow anymore. He's quite a small dog, but he is really, really such a nice personality. I call him Mr. Personality. He's playful, he's pleasing, he likes to be loved, he likes to give love. He's just a very happy-go-lucky guy. He's lived with dogs and kids. He may have lived with cats as well, so we don't know how he would be with cats. I think you'd have to introduce them slowly, but he certainly gets along very well with other dogs, and he's great with kids. So he's just a really going to make such a great addition to any sort of family. Come and check him out.
So this little tyke is named Freddie. Fred, Frederick, Happy Fred, Fast Freddy, we give him a lot of names. He's you can see a very happy young Pomeranian mix. He's only about 2.5 years old, and he is very active. He loves to play. He loves to go on his walks as long as he can be in front. He has a lot to say to everybody on his walks. He's been kenneled with a couple of other dogs, so he has shown that he can get along as long as they know he's the boss, because he is a very confident little fella. But he loves to just get a lot of exercise, run around. He will need to have somebody that'll pay him a lot of attention, because he does crave attention from people. And if you don't want to give it to him, he'll make sure you know that you haven't been giving it to him, because he does love to be played with. So if somebody is interested in a young, active, happy boy that'll give you a lot of entertainment, because he is quite the character, please come check him out, because he is a sweetheart. And he's also potty trained. We take him out first thing in the morning. He doesn't go in his kennel, so he's a good boy. He could lose a little weight. He's a little bit chunky, but I'm sure anybody who adopted him could take care of that, and he'd make you a really, really fun companion. Right, sweetheart? Say hi. Say hi. So this is our wonderful Holly. She has not been with us very long. She only came to us on October 27th, but already she's one of the favorites of the shelter. She's an 8-year-old Australian Kelpie who had to be surrendered because her family couldn't keep her anymore. But she has got the sweetest, most loving disposition. She's very, very mild-mannered. She loves people. She loves attention. She's totally house-trained. She's one of the first dogs we take out because she never messes in her kennel. And she's an easy, easy walk. We take her on just a leash. She doesn't have to have a harness. And she just loves to get petted and be with people. So she really would be great in a quiet, mature household. And she would just love, I think, to lie down with you and be petted and give a lot of love and get a lot of love. So she stares at the cats in the cat room, but not like she wants to attack them. So she might be okay with cats. And she seems to be very docile with other dogs, so she could be with other dogs. But as I said, I think she'd be best in like a mature household where she could just get attention, and she doesn't need a lot of exercise. She's very, very sweet and just loving, and just needs to go to a good forever home so that she can be loved and give love. Right, Holly?
This here is Dobbs. He is a 5-year, 3-month-old neutered Rottie mix. He is a great guy. He's kind of shy, but once you get to know him, as you can see, he'll stick right by your side. He does better with a quiet home. He's kind of a quiet guy himself, and he does like to lay around out in the sun. He doesn't do as well with cats, but as long as they have a place to get up high, if he chases them, they should do fine together. He loves other dogs, especially friendly dogs like himself. He does really good with them. And he does prefer a quiet home, so more mature children would be best for him that can understand how to give him some space when he needs it. Again, this is Dobbs. He is a 5-year, 3-month-old Rottie mix, and he is neutered.
Well, this handsome boy with this white streak down his nose is named Rex. He came to us in the middle of July. His family was moving and couldn't take him with them. He's about 5 years old, and he's a heeler mix, and he's very, very sweet. The family that turned him in said that he got along with other dogs and cats and kids, so he could be in any kind of a situation. He is very active. He likes to play, and he would be great in a backyard playing with balls probably, or going on a hiking trail. And he's a sweet boy. He likes people. He's not at all timid. And he just is looking for a home where he could be a great addition and be loved and give back love. And we're hoping that you come and check him out. He's a great size. He's not too big, and he is fully grown at 5 years, so he's not going to get any bigger. And he's just a wonderful, wonderful lad, and we want him to go to a great home. So please come check him out. I call her our little chunky monkey. She is a very, very sweet Staffy Terrier mix that has a beautiful blue eye and a brown eye. She came to us in September as a stray, and she is just, I can't say enough about her. She's a wonderful, wonderful girl. She's great on her walk. She's one of the few dogs we can walk just on a collar. She doesn't need a harness. She actually doesn't like a harness. She'd prefer to just be on a collar. And when you get her up in our play yard, she is the most playful thing. She'll roll on her back and she'll do la cucaracha. She'll rub around on her back. She'll toss toys up in the air. She loves to play with toys, and she loves people. She loves to be petted, so she would be a great family dog to have. She would be okay, I think, with kids. Cats are probably not a good idea, and dogs probably need to be introduced. She's pretty particular about what dogs she likes, so she might be best as an only dog, but she just loves people, and she would be an entertainment unto herself in a home. She could lose a few pounds because she does like her food and her treats, but if you got her in a home, I think that she would be really nice to play with and to give you a lot of love and attention, and she would return it with all of her might. So please come and look at her, because she is just such a sweetheart, and she really does deserve a forever home, and we're hoping she gets one soon. this is our drop-dead gorgeous Redmond. Redmond is a 4-year-old Staffordshire Terrier mix, and he's got this very intimidating face, but he's actually the sweetest boy on the planet. He's been obviously loved by somebody because he really does love people. He's very potty trained. He doesn't go in his kennel, so he's one of the first dogs that we take for a walk. And once you get him out on his walk, he behaves. He is very strong. He's got a lot of muscle. He's like 100% muscle. So he needs an owner who really can handle him. If he sees something like a rabbit or something, he might pull, so you'd have to be able to hold on to him. But he's not difficult to walk. We have one of our women walks him every day, and he goes along very nicely with her. He would be good with, I think, older kids because he really does have a playful streak. Cats are probably not a good idea. He has a lot of energy and a lot of stamina. So it would be good to have maybe a yard where you could run around and play with him. He'd be great on hikes because he does have a lot of strength in him. And he would just be a really good dog, I think, in a home to play with and just probably lounge around on a couch. Once he got into a house, he'd love to do that. He behaves really well in his kennel. So he'd be a great dog to come and check out. He's got a gorgeous red color. And so we really love him. He's a very, very sweet, sweet boy. Well, who we have here is Ember. We playfully call her our Mae West of Staffies. She is quite the substantial lady, and she's very young. She's only a couple years old. She was found as a stray. She had a black collar on her, so she was somebody's dog, but no one came to claim her. And she is a real loving, loving girl. I mean, she's in with another dog in a kennel right now, and they love to play. She kind of bosses him around. She tells him what to do. But she is a very, very sweet girl and a little shy at first, but once she gets to know you, she is just loving. She gives great kisses. Thank you. And she would be great in a home that wanted a dog that was not overly active, although she does love to play with toys. She tosses toys in the air and has a great time in the courtyard with the toys. She would be best in a house with older children and probably no cats, because the breed is not known for their love of cats. But she could be with other dogs, so she could be introduced to other dogs. She's a very easy walk. She doesn't pull at all on her walk. And she could be in a backyard and would love to just have somebody to give her a lot of attention. And she could lose some weight. We could get some weight off of you. But she's just a lovely, lovely girl, and we're hoping that she finds herself a really loving home. Right? Yes, okay.
This here is Jack. He is a 3-year-old German Shepherd. He is neutered, and the ideal home for Jack would be an active family, because he's a very active dog himself. Someone who likes to hike, go out, have a big open yard for him to run around in. He would do great. He does prefer to be an only child. He is very friendly and very playful, and because of his high energy, he would do better in a home with older children. Again, this is Jack, and he is a 3-year-old neutered German Shepherd.
Well, who we have here is one of the shelter favorites. His name is Cash. He came to us in September as a stray. He's a 3.5-year-old Staffordshire Terrier, and he is just a big, big goofball. He loves people. He gets along with other dogs. He has this female Staffy that he plays with, Ember, all the time, and they just love each other. They even sleep together with their arms around each other. So he's very, very good with dogs, but he would not be good with cats. He was adopted by someone who had cats, and they learned very quickly that cats and him are not meant to be. So he was brought back. So he shouldn't be in a home with cats, but other dogs would work out fine. Children would work out fine. He's been child tested with pulling ears and tails and everything, and he has no reaction. He just loves to play, loves to chase balls, loves to run around. We laugh because when he's going back into his kennel, he makes it sound like a javelina pig almost. He's just a real fun dog to have, and would give a lot of enjoyment to a family, I think. If you just come and check him out. He's a bit of a puller on his walk. He can walk nice, but if he sees something he wants to go for it, and he's kind of strong, so we have him on a harness. But he's just a love. We just love playing with him, and he's one of the favorites of the volunteers to walk every day because he's such a good boy. So please come check him out. Right? Yes, yes. Well, who we have here is Morency, and she's quite something. She's only 10 months old. She came to us on September 23rd because her elderly owner could not keep her anymore. She was a little bit too active for him. And she is a Labrador Retriever, female Labrador Retriever mix. She's got a lot of personality and a lot of energy because she is only 10 months old. She loves to play ball. I mean, she'll return the ball to you, drop it, for you to throw it again. She needs a lot of exercise because she is that young. She has lived with other dogs and cats and kids and adults, and she's just very social, but she's going to require a lot of exercise because of her breed and her age. And she is quite an interesting walk. She walks on her harness, but sometimes you got to control her, so she's going to need a little bit of training. But she's got a sweet disposition and a sweet personality. And she loves people, she loves attention, and that's typical of a lab. She's got gorgeous markings on her, and she really just needs to go to a household that is going to give her a lot of training and a lot of attention, and play with her and give her some exercise, and then I think she'll just turn into a wonderful, wonderful playmate. So we're hoping that you come and take a look at her and see if she fits your home, so that she can get her forever home, because she deserves it.
This is Bonnie. She is a 6-year-old hound shepherd mix, which is a lovely mix because she is a really pretty girl. She's a gentle creature, gentle soul, very sweet, sort of quiet a little bit at first, and then she warms up, and yeah, she's just a really, really sweet dog. She does seem to get along with other dogs, although it did say on her record that maybe she should be on her own, but I have seen her interact with other dogs, and she just kind of is in her own little world. She has shown no signs of aggression towards them. She's just, a quiet little gal. She likes people. She takes a little while to warm up sometimes, but she does like people. I don't know how she is with children, but yeah, she's just a really, really nice dog. She's full grown, being 6, and so she just needs to gain maybe a little bit of weight. But yeah, this is the final look.
After the break, we'll visit with more adoptable dogs and cats from the Humane Society of Sedona.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. There are now 3 varieties of Doritos Locos Tacos at Taco Bell: Nacho Cheese, Cool Ranch, and the new Fiery Doritos Locos Taco. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Hi, I'm Paul, proud owner of High Desert Pest and Weed Control, with a sincere thank you for voting as #1 3 years in a row.
Congratulations, Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, High Desert Pest and Weed Control offer 100% guaranteed positive results. So if you're fed up dealing with spiders, scorpions, roaches, and other pests, rely on a company that's been serving Sedona and the Verde Valley since 1998. Call Mr. Paul at 639-4444. That's 639-4444. Camp Verde Eye Care has moved, but not too far, just a few doors from where they were in the Outpost Mall. It's the same expert service from Dr. Jack Houston and his knowledgeable staff in their terrific new surroundings. Since 1976, Camp Verde Eye Care has been helping residents of the Verde Valley to see more clearly. Call for an appointment or visit them online at cv-eyecare.com. They're still in the Basha Shopping Center and have a beautiful new facility. Camp Verde Eye Care accepts care credit.
This beautifully spectacular kitty is called Leo. He has some sort of pedigree, I think. It doesn't really say in his record, but I think he must be some sort of ragdoll perhaps, or a flame point. He has got this very gorgeous sort of flattish face and blue eyes and this spectacular long hair, which is kind of whitey cream. He's got really big paws and he's just a very gentle soul. He was a little bit shy when he first came to us, but he is warming up. And I think just a really quiet home, away from any sort of chaos or noise, and he'll just kind of sit around and look beautiful, because that's what he is. You're just a gorgeous boy, yes you are. This is Luna. She's a black short-haired kitty and she is 4 years old. She's quite plump. She's been very, very well cared for. And I think she'd suit any sort of home, not least because she's outgoing and she's very confident. And yeah, I think she's just a great, great cat. She's lived with other kitties, so she's got a very adaptable personality, I think. This is Tyler. He's a 4-year-old gold and white medium-haired kitty with very big paws, and his fur is super, super, super soft. He has the most incredible mellow personality, and he's purring up a storm right now. He was found wandering with his brother Boston, and the very kind person picked them both up and brought them together, so they're obviously really quite bonded. They're now sharing a cottage together, and we think probably Boston and Tyler are a similar age, so we think they're both going to be 4 years old. And he would suit any sort of home because of his mellow personality. He takes very easily to strangers and sits on my lap, and I think that any sort of home would be great. Possibly even one with dogs, with cat-friendly dogs. So yeah, come and check him out. He really is awesome. He's got the most beautiful face. Honey, spelled H-O-N-I. She lost her human and somebody brought her to the shelter. She's a very sweet girl, a little bit shy, but she just warms up after a while. She's 7 years old, but that's young for a kitty. And she's got this beautiful fur. She's tabby, but she's got these beautiful splashes of gold on her. She really is quite exotic looking. She's very gentle, and I imagine she'd make a very good lap cat. She's probably more suited to a home that is very quiet, without children, with other dogs or kitties, but she would make a really great companion. She's very sweet, very loving, very trusting. This is Tubby. She is a beautiful Maine Coon kitty. She's 8 years old and she may be called Tubby, but she's actually probably only around about the 14 to 15 pound mark, which is not unusual. She's really not that fat, and a little bit of weight management would soon take care of that. There's plenty of brands that do weight management. She seems to be very comfortable sat on my lap, and she seems to have a very sweet disposition. She's very pretty and very typical Maine Coon looks. She does have a little deformed ear that looks like something that maybe she was born with or an accident that she had at some point. We actually don't know, but it doesn't seem to stop her looking very beautiful. And I think she'd suit any sort of home except probably one with very young children. It's unlikely that she will have met children before or lived with kids. She does seem to be very tolerant of other cats because she came from a hoarder situation where there are many, many cats, and they usually free feed, which is why she's gained a little bit of weight, but she's very sweet. This delightful little kitten is called Roger, and he is just 3 months old, but he's had his shots and he's been neutered, and he came in with 3 other siblings who have all been adopted right up until yesterday, so he is the last one left. He is very mellow, very sweet, and probably playful, being a kitten. He will likely adapt to any sort of home. He's got a very, very nice little nature. He's an orange tabby, and he's not got any white on him, so he's all orange. And he should grow up to be a very fine little kitty. And yeah, I think he'll suit any sort of home. So please come and check him out.
After the break, we'll visit with more adoptable dogs and cats from the Humane Society of Sedona.
Hi, I'm Paul, proud owner of High Desert Pest and Weed Control, with a sincere thank you for voting as #1 3 years in a row.
Congratulations, Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, High Desert Pest and Weed Control offer 100% guaranteed positive results. So if you're fed up dealing with spiders, scorpions, roaches, and other pests, rely on a company that's been serving Sedona and the Verde Valley since 1998. Call Mr. Paul at 639-4444. That's 639-4444.
This is Tillman. He loves to be petted, and he's a very sweet boy. He's only 1 year old, so he's actually quite big. He hasn't long left his kitten stage, so he's probably very playful. He's black, and it's likely that he gets along well with other kitties. He came in as a stray, so we're not exactly sure of his background, but I think he'd be pretty adaptable to any sort of background, any sort of household, simply because he's just so very young. And he's a little bit frightened at first, but he warms up very quickly. He's actually quite relaxed now. And when he does meow, oh boy, he has got a very, very big voice. Aren't you? Yeah. Oh, and he's purring now. He's a very contented little boy, aren't you? Fancy that. Gone from wailing to purring in just a few minutes. This is Derby Crash. I have no idea why he was named that, but that's his name. It can be changed. I don't think he particularly knows it. He's only a young boy. He's only 7 to 8 months old, so he's going to be very adaptable in any sort of home. And he is a Maine Coon, which makes him this very handsome long-haired guy. And he's got this huge fluffy tail and just the really gentlest of natures, and he'll be playful too. So he's going to be fun, and he's going to be a great addition to any sort of home. I don't know if he likes dogs, so he'd have to be carefully introduced, but I would imagine he's pretty adaptable, being a very young kitty.
After the break, we'll visit with the Adopt for Life Center for Animals.
Verde Veterinary Hospital in Cottonwood is your full-service companion animal hospital and has achieved AAHA accreditation, reflecting total commitment to provide quality veterinary care throughout the life of your pet. Verde Vet provides comprehensive medical, surgical, and dental care and offers 24-hour emergency service and house calls. Heartworm testing, feline viral testing, and nail testing, all available without an appointment. Verde Veterinary Hospital.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. There are now 3 varieties of Doritos Locos Tacos at Taco Bell: Nacho Cheese, Cool Ranch, and the new Fiery Doritos Locos Taco. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
The Adopt for Life Center for Animals is located on Mingus Avenue in Cottonwood, open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 3. They offer many adoptable dogs and cats. Volunteers are always needed in local rescues and animal shelters. Ask to speak with the volunteer coordinator. Visit the Adopt for Life Center for Animals online or in person for more information about adopting a new pet.
This beautiful little girl is called Sammy. Sammy is about a 1 to 2 year old pit bull mix. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's got this fawn coat and these beautiful green eyes. And she's very, very loving with human beings. Not so fond of other dogs. And she doesn't have a whole lot of manners. She's kind of hard to walk. But she's been here for quite some time with us now, and we're trying to find an adoption home for her. She's high energy, but she's very, very sweet. I mean, she's just one of the sweetest girls we have around here. She just doesn't care for other dogs. Now, that might be something, she's young enough, it could be overcome if people want to take the time to train her. this environment's so hard because her cage is one of those that we walk all the dogs past, and a lot of the dogs get excited and they show an aggressive behavior behind there, but once they get out, they're really not all that bad. So I'm not sure how she's going to be, but Sammy. But all in all, she's just really a good girl. I mean, as you can see, she's very easy going here, but she's going to need a yard because she's high activity level. And like I say, when she goes on her walk, she pulls like a freight train. For a little girl, she's got a whole lot of strength. But I think she'd probably be okay with kids. Like I say, she's just really good with all people, so I don't know that she'd be a problem with kids, but she's probably going to have to be the only pet in the home. I think that's her biggest drawback. And as I say, probably the reason she's been here is that she doesn't show very well in the cage. She, when other dogs walk past, she gets pretty active, and that kind of turns people off. But all in all, she's just a sweet girl, and I think she'd make a wonderful pet for someone if you've got a yard and you got some time to train her. She's going to need some training. She's very, very smart, so that won't be a problem. The problem is going to be giving her enough activity and spending some time with her so she can learn how to do things right, learn some manners. She's just a little short on manners, but otherwise she's really a good girl. And this is Sammy. This beautiful girl is Tabitha. Tabitha is somewhere between 1 and 2, female, obviously. Brown with some beautiful white paws and white markings down her chest. Tabitha is kind of a celebrity now. She was one of our 6 dogs that we walked in the Christmas parade. So she's had lots of exposure, but no one knew who she was. And so we thought we'd let everybody know who she was today so they can say, oh, I saw that beautiful brown dog in the parade. And if you did, that was this girl, Tabitha. Tabitha is pretty good with other animals. Obviously, we had her with 5 other dogs there in the parade, and she got along fine with them all. She's got a limit. She gets a little frustrated sometimes with some of them, and she'll just kind of, you know, give them a little growl and let them know, I'm tired of you, go away, leave me alone. But she's not overly aggressive toward animals. She'd be fine. If they leave her alone, she's probably going to leave them alone. She's very well behaved on the leash. She walks beautifully, and as you can see, she's just a little sweetheart. Everybody loves Tabitha, and I'm not quite sure why she hasn't been adopted yet, but she's been here for probably 3 or 4 months now, and doesn't seem to be drawing the attention that she should be getting. So that's why we got her on here today. She's not overly active. I mean, she likes to run, and if you have a yard, that would be perfect, but I don't see that as being an absolute mandate for her. I think she could get along living without a yard as long as she got her walks. I mean, she's going to need some exercise, right? Lots of exercise. Got to have her exercise, and she'd be great with kids. She's just got that real sweet disposition toward her. Yeah, I got another treat. Yeah. And so I think she'd be good for a family. She's young enough yet that she can still learn things, although she's pretty good. Like I say, she's got manners. A lot of the dogs have no manners. She's got a pretty good manner set to her, so she'd blend in very, very well with somebody. So this is Tabitha, this beautiful little girl. Have a kiss. Just, yeah, thanks. Kisses. Yeah. Okay, this girl here is a 2-year-old, 1 to 2-year-old pit bull mix, and her name is Purdy. Purdy is a beautiful brindle, brown-eyed girl, a couple of little white markings on her. Kind of choking on her treat right now. She's very treat motivated, and that's what we're seeing going on right here. Oh, Purdy. Anyway. Purdy's a good girl, loves her humans, loves to give kisses, loves to jump up on you, loves to bang into you. She's very friendly, not too bad with other dogs, but I think you'd have to be very, very slow and doing an introduction. Quite honestly, I think, you know, she'd probably be better off being the only animal in the home. But, you know, given time, if you had another pet and you really liked her and you wanted to give her a home, I think if you just took your time with them and introduced them, I think she's very capable of becoming friends with another animal. It's not the best choice, but if, you know, it meant her getting adopted, I think it'd be worth a try. She is going to have a yard. You're probably not going to have enough energy to burn her out, get rid of the energy she has. So she's going to have a yard where she can run and get rid of some of the high intensity that she's got in her. I wouldn't recommend small kids, again, just because, not because of her temperament, just because she's so crazy. She'll see them and she'll want to go see them and she'll just run and bang right into them and knock them over probably. So I don't think that's a good idea for her right now. But other than that, she's just a beautiful girl. Big kiss. Can I have a kiss, Purdy? Hey, can I have a kiss? Thank you for kisses. Yeah. Anyway, that's my girl, Purdy. 2-year-old, brindle, female pit mix. Okay, this beautiful little girl is Pima. Pima is a pit bull mix, as you can probably see, and I know a lot of people don't care much for pit bulls, and understandably so, but there are good ones and there's ones that aren't so good. This happens to be one of the real good ones. Pima is about 2 years old. She was a stray found up in the Camp Verde area. She's kind of a blackish brindle. If you look at her close, you can see the brindle coloring underneath that black part. And then she's got her white markings and everything. Pima's a really, really good girl. She's very calm, not excitable, doesn't show any aggression toward other animals that I've seen so far. And on her walks, she's pretty calm. If she does pull, just a little tug correction on her and she straightens right up for you. And she's just got that temperament to her that I think she'd get along probably in any kind of a situation. She'd probably be great with kids because she's a real lover, kind of a sweetheart. She likes to lean and cuddle. Yes, she likes to lean and cuddle. So she'd need some exercise because she's, I guess, again, about 2 years old, so she's still a little bit of pup in her there. So just some walks or even a fenced yard would be really great. That's what she'd probably like. And she's not a barker at all. She's kind of really quiet. She just kind of sits in her cage here and just looks at you and says, is it my turn to go out for a walk today, or what's going on with it? So anyway, this little girl, Pima, wonderful pet, deserves a chance for a home. This beautiful guy is called D-O-G, and that's spelled D-O-G. And I don't know why we have that for a name, but that's what we ended up with here. He's a 2-year-old black lab mix, got a sweet, loving, calm personality. Yes, he does. Very, very friendly, gets along with everybody, absolutely no signs of aggression toward other animals that we have seen. And he's just an active guy that just loves to be loved and loves to run and have fun. And that's probably one of the reasons he's here, is that he likes to run a little too much. He's got out of the yard a couple times and the people just kind of got tired of dealing with it and chasing him down, and so they ended up surrendering him. So he's had a home, we know that, and it was a good home. And he just had that one little problem. So if you're considering him, you'd have to have a place where you can be sure it was kind of secure so that he wouldn't get himself in trouble by doing a little bit of extra exercising on his own there. I don't know much about him in terms of if he plays ball or does other things that you can do to occupy time. So just in case, you just need to be someone that'll take him out and give him walks and be sure he gets enough exercise, because that's going to be the secret to having a nice, happy home with this guy. I think if he's exercised properly, he's not going to have that desire to go out and take off on you and everything else. So, but he's a really, really wonderful guy, and he deserves a good home. And I think he'd be a perfect family pet, perfect best friend and companion for a single person. Anything you want, this guy will fit in and adapt to it. So, this 2-year-old black lab, DOG is his name, and he needs a home. This beautiful little girl is Truffles. Truffles is about a 6-year-old Calihuda hound. That's a mouthful. But Truffles is a wonderful girl. She came to us as a surrender. She knows all her basic commands of sit and stay and lay and all those good things. She is very good with kids. She had some kids in the home. She's also very good with other dogs. So pretty much the complete package. Her general nature is pretty calm. She can be a little protective of space. You know, she doesn't show real well in the kennel all the time when people come up because she's a little bit afraid. She is skittish, but she is just a wonderful girl. Her coat is so soft, and she's so pretty, and she just loves everybody. Be nice if she had a yard to run in. This is a kind of an active breed of dog. So if she had a yard that she could run in, that would be great. If not, she would get along pretty well as long as she got some regular walks. And people just love her. That's all she wants, is just to be loved. So again, this is Truffles. What a pretty girl she is. This beautiful little girl is Diamond. Diamond, as you can see, has a little bit of a Staffordshire Terrier mix in her. She's really, really a wonderful girl. She loves people, loves to give big sloppy kisses. Can I give a sloppy kiss? Not yet, okay. And as I say, she just loves people. Not so much other animals. I think she may have been one of those that they had in mind as a breeder. She's extremely powerful. Her muscle tone is amazing. So it makes me believe that whoever had her at first was kind of looking at her as being a breeder for some other pit bulls. But I think with some socialization she might do all right. But at first I really would suggest that she be the only animal, only pet in the home. As I say, she's very gentle with people. So I wouldn't have any concerns with her as far as being around children and everything. In fact, I think she'd love it. She loves to play. She's a high activity kind of a girl. And so I think it would just be a good situation for her to be in a home where she was the main focus of attention. She would need a yard to run around in. She is, as I say, very active. She needs lots and lots of exercise. Out on the road when we take our walk, she's very easy to walk. She doesn't pull at all. Hey, look up, look up. She doesn't pull, she just follows right along. When she gets closer to the shelter, she pulls because I think she sees it as home, but I think she'd much rather be in a real home where people could be there to love her all the time, right? Kiss, good kiss. Okay, this is Baron. Baron is a 2-year-old heeler mix. He's male, obviously. Really great guy, and we really would like to get Baron adopted because Baron has been here since July. And the only reason he's not adopted, I believe, is he's a maniac in the cage. This guy is like a living pogo stick. he can jump straight up so high in the cage that you can see his entire body over the dividers we've got. So if you're going to take Baron, you're going to have a very, very, very high fence, something that he can't jump over, or at least something that he can't get his paws into if he wants to try to climb. So he's going to be kind of difficult from that aspect. But in terms of an animal, he's really a good guy. I mean, he walks beautifully. He's just high energy. If you look at him, I want to tell everybody, we don't starve our dogs. Baron gets as much to eat as anybody else does, and even more. But he's just one of those dogs that just, he's got a high metabolism rate. He's just a go, go, go kind of a guy. And so he doesn't put on any weight. So and he may have some other, you know, thin breed like a Whippet or a miniature greyhound or something like that in him. I don't know, because he's been this way since we've had him here, and he's been here since July. And we really need to find him a home. And as I say, other than his activity level, he's a sweetheart. He gets along with other dogs. He's just really an easygoing guy. He's just a clown. He's just an absolute clown. He just likes to jump and run and play and just all full of excitement. So that's a good sit. Here you go. Here's a good treat for you for sitting. He'd be very good with kids. Again, really good temperament to him. A real lover. Yeah, you're a lover. Yes, you are. I said that. And he really needs a yard, but as I say, it's going to have to be a pretty high fence. You know, a good secure yard would work for him. Normal 4-foot or 5-foot fence, I don't think is going to do it, because he can probably take that without ever touching it. So anyway, this is Baron. Beautiful markings, brown and black, and he actually, oh, it's on the other side here. There's a little patch of brown over here on the other side too. There's some brown in his ears as well, but just a really beautiful guy, got a great disposition, great temperament, just a high activity level. As you can see, sitting down is not his strength. Not your strength. You want to go, go, go. And that's Baron. This girl here is Star. Star is a 1-year-old, maybe a little older than 1.5 maybe. She's some sort of a terrier pit mix. I don't know, you know, it looks like she's got some pit in her, but you know, she's just, you know, I wouldn't go so far as to say she's a pit. I think she's more of a terrier mix of some sort, but I don't want to deceive people either, so there might be some pit in her. She's a really good girl, highly active. One of her problems, she's been here for a while now, probably about 3 months. And I think one of the reasons she doesn't get adopted is not because of her personality, because she's got a great personality. I just think it's her activity level. She's just so crazy in the cage that people look at her and they kind of get scared away and say, oh, I don't think I want her. She's too wild for me. But as you see, she's not all that wild. She's really a pretty good girl once you get her out of the cage. She pulls a little bit on her leash. Can use a little bit of work there. But all in all, I mean, she's a friendly girl, likes to give kisses, and all of a sudden she's decided there's something down there she wants. Come here. Turn around. Camera's over here. There you go. So a family would work for her. I think she'd be good with kids, but it's going to have to be an active family. If she had a fenced-in yard where she could burn off some of her energy, that would make things even better. I think once you get rid of the energy level, she's really a sweet girl, and she'd be, you know, wonderful as a family pet. But you got to get the exercise in there, because this is a dog that will not be happy being confined and not having a lot of room to run or a lot of time out with her family or friends or whatever. So if you're going to think about her, if you're an active family, I think it'll work. If you're looking for a couch potato dog, this is not your animal here. Anyway, again, her name is Star, 1-year-old, maybe a little older, kind of a Terrier pit mix, very friendly girl, needs a home pretty bad. She's been here about 3 or 4 months now, and we really need to find a home for her. So that's Star.
After the break, we'll visit with more adoptable dogs and cats from the Adopt for Life Center for Animals.
Verde Veterinary Hospital in Cottonwood is your full-service companion animal hospital and has achieved AAHA accreditation, reflecting total commitment to provide quality veterinary care throughout the life of your pet. Verde Vet provides comprehensive medical, surgical, and dental care and offers 24-hour emergency service and house calls. Heartworm testing, feline viral testing, and nail testing, all available without an appointment. Verde Veterinary Hospital.
Hi, I'm Paul, proud owner of High Desert Pest and Weed Control, with a sincere thank you for voting as #1 3 years in a row.
Congratulations, Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, High Desert Pest and Weed Control offer 100% guaranteed positive results. So if you're fed up dealing with spiders, scorpions, roaches, and other pests, rely on a company that's been serving Sedona and the Verde Valley since 1998. Call Mr. Paul at 639-4444. That's 639-4444.
This is Freddie, about a 5-year-old older gentleman, male, neutered, black and white. He's highly friendly. He loves other cats. He definitely loves people. He would like to follow you around all day and be your best friend forever. Freddie is probably fine with small children, although we haven't tested him. And he's definitely great with other cats. Again, Freddie, 5-year-old, male, neutered, black and white, very friendly, looking for his forever home, although hopefully not up there.
After the break, we'll visit with more adoptable dogs and cats from the Adopt for Life Center for Animals.
Camp Verde Eye Care has moved, but not too far, just a few doors from where they were in the Outpost Mall. It's the same expert service from Dr. Jack Houston and his knowledgeable staff in their terrific new surroundings. Since 1976, Camp Verde Eye Care has been helping residents of the Verde Valley to see more clearly. Call for an appointment or visit them online at cv-eyecare.com. They're still in the Basha Shopping Center and have a beautiful new facility. Camp Verde Eye Care accepts care credit.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. There are now 3 varieties of Doritos Locos Tacos at Taco Bell: Nacho Cheese, Cool Ranch, and the new Fiery Doritos Locos Taco. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
This is Charm, a long-haired black cat. She's about 1 year old. She's still very timid. She would do great in a single pet household. She's very loving. She loves to sit on your lap. She, of course, is quite curious. And again, Charm, a long-haired black female, 1 year old, looking for her forever home. This is Mickey Mouse, an unfortunate name, but a great cat. He's about 7 years old, a male, neutered. His owner could no longer care for him, and he had to move in here at the animal shelter. He's declawed front and back, and he loves snuggling. He would make a great lap cat and is looking for his forever home. Again, Mickey Mouse, a male, neutered, 7-year-old, declawed front and back cat looking for his forever home. This is Magic, a 5-6-year-old female spayed tortie. She's very friendly. She makes a great lap cat. She likes other cats, gets along well with them, and she would be a fine addition to anybody's home. Again, Magic, 5-6-year-old tortie, female, spayed, looking for her forever home.
All animals leaving the Adopt for Life Center for Animals are given rabies vaccinations and are spayed or neutered. If the animal's not old enough, vouchers will be given to the adopted family. Visit the Adopt for Life Center for Animals on Mingus Avenue in Cottonwood to visit with any of the animals seen on this program. More pets are waiting for new homes at the Adopt for Life Center for Animals.